Have you ever wondered where the story of mankind began? Picture this, a vast expanse of land, a cradle nestled in the heart of Africa, where the first footprints of our ancestors were imprinted. This is the story of Kenya, a land that has been the stage for the drama of human evolution for millions of years. In the Great Rift Valley, evidence of early hominid species tells tales of our ancient forebears. The Olduvai Gorge, a remarkable archaeological site, cradles the oldest human fossil ever found, a testament to Kenya's role in the narrative of human existence. As we trace the footprints of the past, we find ourselves journeying through time, exploring the dawn of humanity and the birth of societies that would later shape the world. It's a journey that takes us back, way back, to the very roots of our ancestry. So, the roots of humanity trace back to Kenya. But what about the early societies that formed in this region? Long before modern borders were drawn, the land we now call Kenya was home to thriving civilizations. The contours of Kenya's early history were shaped by waves of migration that introduced dynamic cultures and traditions to this part of East Africa. The Bantu people, hailing from the West African region, began to migrate into Kenya around 2,000 years ago. They brought with them iron-working skills, advanced farming techniques, and a rich array of languages that would become the foundation of many Kenyan ethnic groups. The Kikuyu, Kamba, and Meru are just a few of the ethnic groups that trace their ancestry back to these early Bantu settlers. Around the same time, the Nilotic people moved into the region from the north. These pastoralists, who included the Luo, Masai, and Samburu, adapted to the semi-arid landscapes of Kenya's Rift Valley. Their distinctive customs, languages, and social structures added another layer to the human tapestry of the region. But the story of Kenya's early civilizations isn't just about land migration. The coastal areas of Kenya played host to a vibrant maritime trade network that connected Africa, Arabia, Persia, and India. The exchange of goods and ideas over the centuries led to the emergence of the Swahili civilization, a unique blend of African, Arab, and Indian influences. This civilization, with its stone towns and intricate artistry, left a lasting mark on the East African coast. The Swahili language, a fusion of Bantu and Arabic, became the lingua franca of trade and is now one of Kenya's official languages. The Swahili people's rich legacy can still be seen in the architecture, literature, and music of coastal cities like Mombasa and Lamu. These early societies laid the groundwork for the rich cultural tapestry of Kenya we see today. The diverse traditions, languages, and histories that emerged from these early civilizations continue to shape Kenya's identity, making it a vibrant and fascinating country to explore. The winds of change swept across Kenya in the late 19th century, bringing with them a new and challenging era. As the European powers began their scramble for Africa, Kenya found itself in the crosshairs of British colonial interests. The British East Africa Protectorate was established in the late 19th century, marking the beginning of a period of profound change and upheaval for the people of Kenya. The colonial era was a time of rapid development. Railways were built, cities grew, and the economy boomed. But these advancements came at a steep cost. The indigenous people of Kenya were displaced, their lands seized, and their way of life disrupted. The imposition of colonial rule and the alienation of natives from their ancestral lands led to widespread resentment and resistance. One of the most significant events during this period was the Mau Mau Uprising, a guerrilla war that took place from the early to mid-20th century. This was a bloody struggle, led primarily by the Kikuyu people, against British colonial rule. The Mau Mau fighters, though poorly equipped compared to the British forces, fought with a determination and tenacity that was rooted in their deep desire for freedom and justice. The struggle was not just on the battlefield. It was also a battle of ideologies and a fight for hearts and minds. Kenyan nationalists, intellectuals, and political leaders rallied the people, advocating for independence and self-governance. They used every tool at their disposal, from peaceful protests and negotiations to civil disobedience and armed resistance, to challenge the colonial powers and assert their right to self-determination. The road to independence was long and fraught with challenges, but the spirit of the Kenyan people remained unbroken, They fought, they resisted, and they endured, driven by their deep love for their land and their unwavering belief in their right to freedom and self-determination. The fight for freedom was tough and bloody, but the spirit of the Kenyan people remained unbroken. On December 12, 1963, a new chapter in Kenya's history began. With the lowering of the British flag and the rise of the Kenyan One, Kenya declared its independence and began to chart its own course. As the first president of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta, a key figure in the fight for independence, set the stage for the nation's journey towards self-governance and development. Under Kenyatta's leadership, Kenya adopted a capitalist economic model, focusing on agriculture and tourism to drive its economy. However, the journey wasn't without its bumps. Land issues, ethnic tensions, and political rivalries presented significant challenges. Yet, through it all, Kenya held firm, navigating its way through the complexities of nation-building. After Kenyatta's death in 1978, Daniel Arap Moi took the reins. His rule, which lasted for 24 years, was marked by a blend of economic growth and political repression. Despite the controversies, Moi's presidency saw the expansion of Kenya's infrastructure, education, and health services. The turn of the 21st century brought about a new era of change. With the end of Moi's rule, Kenya embarked on a path of political and constitutional reform. The adoption of a new constitution in 2010 marked a significant milestone, providing a framework for devolution and the protection of human rights. Today, Kenya stands as one of Africa's most dynamic economies. Known for its entrepreneurial spirit, it's a hub for technology and innovation, often referred to as the Silicon Savannah. It's also a cultural melting pot, where tradition and modernity blend seamlessly. However, Kenya's journey is far from over. Challenges such as corruption, inequality, and climate change are still to be fully addressed. Yet the spirit of Harambee, a Swahili word meaning all pulled together, continues to guide the nation. From the struggles of the past, Kenya has emerged as a vibrant and diverse nation, a beacon on the African continent. With resilience and determination, Kenya continues to write its own story, shaping its destiny one step at a time. So, what have we learned about the history of Kenya? We've traveled back to the dawn of humanity, where the earliest ancestors of Homo sapiens roamed the landscapes of Kenya. We've explored the formation of early societies, vibrant with cultural diversity, and rich in traditions that continue to shape the nation's identity today. We journeyed through the colonial era, a time of struggle and resilience, where the spirit of independence began to take root. We witnessed the birth of a nation, as Kenya emerged from the shadow of colonial rule into the light of independence. In modern Kenya, we've seen a dynamic tapestry of urban life, cultural heritage, and natural beauty. From the bustling streets of Nairobi to the breathtaking wildlife reserves and the enchanting coastal attractions, Kenya continues to evolve, shaped by its past and looking forward to its future. The history of Kenya is a testament to the resilience and diversity of its people. It's a journey that has shaped not only a country but humanity itself.